Talk to us about Josh Simmons.
Oh, man. Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what, okay, and I told you I don't like doing these mock draft simulators and stuff like that. And guess what? I went down a rabbit hole yesterday. Every moment of it, I hated it. I did hate it. I was like, Dad, God, look at me. I'm over here and I'm trying to scrounge around and whatnot. And so, you know, he's Josh Simmons, man. To me, it just makes sense. He's always, every time I looked at the simulator, he's always like a couple of picks before we get to us. So that means that it's a possibility he could necessarily fall into our lap. If teams aren't necessarily in love with him, I know we got a tackle in Jalen, but Josh Simmons makes sense to me. Why? Because he plays both left. When he went to Ohio State, he played left, did an amazing job. You go watch his film, and I'm telling you, he is NFL ready. He is, without a doubt. The injury, of course, is a concern. How's he going to be able to rebound off of that? He's going to be the same guy. But before that, he was the number one tackle in the draft for me. It wasn't even anybody close, to be honest with you. As far as his athletic ability, being able to punch, his strength, all the attributes he had, he was the guy. If he falls to us, I say we go ahead and take him. And the reason I say that is because let's just say that Juwan Taylor is not here. He could play right because he played right before he got to Ohio State. And so you can move him over to right to play that. He's just that athletic. So he creates value for us immediately at that position. So he can play either left or right tackle, right? And so to me, it just makes a lot of sense. And I'm telling you, man, he's a violent tackle. Great hands, understands how to get to the second level. I mean, when I'm telling you, he's holding guys up. He's putting meat hooks on dudes and they cannot move. They just can't. He's a wall, man. He's an absolute wall. I would love for him to fall to us. If he falls to us, he gets to that point, man, I think you have to. You have to go ahead and pull the trigger on him. Because then all of a sudden it just takes care of tackles over the year. That's what you do. You got to have a solid guy for years to come to protect. Patrick Mahomes, he is a guy that you don't have to worry about. He is a dude that can absolutely come in here and play and be a starter. And you have to worry about what is he going to look like and all of that. The only question is the injury. But if he comes in and he heals himself, give him a little time, I think he'll be fine. I think he'll be absolutely fine. Just think of a DJ Humphries, a younger guy that had the injuries. Now, because he's younger, the healing process will be a lot better, be a lot quicker. But Josh Simmons, to me, man, he's the beast. He's the tackle to take. If we don't get him in the first round, I don't even want to go get a project. We probably might, but he's my guy. So
JD, is Simmons or bust as far as tackle goes in this draft?
Yeah, first round. Absolutely. No question. No question. So I just hope he gets to us.
Yeah.
So worried about two things at our position with Simmons. One would be Houston drafts, I think, like 5 or 6 slots ahead of us, and they've gutted their O-line. That would make the most sense if you're just looking at it on surface, right? Mm-hmm. Do they try to trade up for somebody and maybe get someone else they really like? I don't know, maybe because they need someone now because they don't have anyone there right now. So that would be the one thing I'm worried about. As Brennan said earlier, character slight issues. It's funny. I was looking at like Reddit chats earlier, and they were saying someone said Simmons has a case of the tonsillitis. Loves being flashy, drippy, not maybe the biggest leader, because I heard Tunsil basically got outed from Houston because they wanted more leadership from the O-line, and he just wasn't giving it that for what he was costing. As far as play on the field, I don't know all about that character stuff with him, but from what I saw, and I'm a huge for anyone that wants to watch draft, guys talk about draft, talk about prospects, about guys that eat, sleep, and breathe scouting and watching hours and hours of film. NFL Stock Exchange, it's great. But they were saying if he had a full season, he'd be tackle 1. Debatable, but they say he'd most likely be tackle 1.
No question. Oh, yeah.
They say he's set up He's an athlete, straight up athlete. He's balanced. He always keeps his feet under him. He's improved a lot too, they said. They called him a slightly less powerful Christian Darrisaw. That's what they said.
I'll take it.
Yeah, sure. He'll gain power. We'll get him that. We'll get him into a program. They just say the way he's so spread out and loaded before the snap and just explodes out of it when he comes out of it. It's like a crouching tiger, crouching tiger ready to attack stance. They said, just fast feet, hard hands, balance. Just always does the right thing when you watch him. Just needs to get stronger because the whole Darrisaw thing. Again, the only thing against him is just he only played 5 games and didn't really get tested. He just dominated. I think Ohio State had more kind of like their cookie cutter scheduling early on, so he didn't really face the heavy of the heaviest out of their schedule, but he dominated it. Right, it was never a question.
One pressure. We had one pressure.
Yeah, he dominated it. It was just like it was like a play against like high school kids. So it would have been nice to see him against some of the more talented teams out there, but that's pretty much it, right? I mean, like, and you're getting him at 31. If that's the thing, everyone's like, well, I wish he showed more. Well, if he showed more, he wouldn't be available at 31. He'd be gone at a premier position that people trade first and second rounders for and spend 25, 30 million a year for. I mean, they're just not a cheap, cost-controlled guy at that position. Is not going to happen. So.
Yeah, if you look at the year prior to the 2023 season, just looking at the stats here, only allowed 1 sack, 4 hits, 10 hurries, and he played the entire season there. So I mean, like,
come on, man, I'm telling you, like,
it's the real deal.
Yeah. I looked at all the tackles, the top 5 that everybody's singing praises on. The only one that shows up to me, game ready NFL tackle immediately is him. That's him, and so he's the guy. Somebody was talking about his arms. Yeah, look at that joker, man. He's the real deal, as advertised. It's just that knee. If that knee's okay and it comes back and that patella stays, the structure is still good and all of that, man. Shoot, I'd take it. I would.
Yeah, it's definitely the body type there is very different from what we've talked about before on the show, JD. There's been certain tackles we've discussed who look like human candy apples with sticks for legs.
Oh no, his build just great.
He's built phenomenally
and great bend. Let me look at his bend even on that. Like he's just a great. There's no really questionable parts about him as a prospect. It's just the 5 games and getting injured. That's it.
I remember scouts when you go to the combine, when they look at you, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Look at him. Oh my gosh, it's incredible."
cigar in the mouth.
Yeah. Look at that specimen right there. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Look at that.
Jeez,
that's
what
good.
are you gonna do with that, huh? Yeah.
That's good. We like that.
Look at those glutes. Look at those glutes as they walk by.
Salivate, man. Yeah,
that's good. We like that. Give me some more of that one right there. Yeah.
This is what coaches are gonna do too. They start filling on your arms, your back, man. Look at you, that man. How you been doing? You living okay? Man, you look good. Thanks, go. Appreciate it. Hey, God, look at you.
Yes. So Josh Simmons, if he's there at 31, go get him, Veach. Go get him, baby.
Yes, sir.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.